Hi, everybody. All right, so let's jump on into a single storyline. You guys, I apologize. I told you I'd be doing these on, oh gosh, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And today is Monday. I'm sorry, I was out of town for a while. I will be again as well, as I am currently moving. So forgive me that things are going to be a little bumpy, probably until the beginning of June. After the first week in June, things will be a typical schedule again. So my apologies. Thank you guys for your patience. We start out with blessings, though. That's a really nice way to start for our singles storyline. Now, in the single storylines, I'm never like rehashing X storylines. I mean, sometimes they feature for just a moment, but that's not where our focus is. So, and the fact that we're starting out with blessings, oh, I feel like this is some gorgeous, like it's Hawaii, or it's someplace. I mean, that looks like cherry blossoms to me. This is very much about the blessings that come in with nature. This can be the blessing of growth, the blessing that comes with the renewal, because obviously this looks like springtime with the blossoming trees, but it's also birds. They are migratory, so there could also be a movement here. We could be going back, we could be moving, we could be doing things that it's like a return to a really good place, right? Because birds move according to the weather, because they got to move according to warmth and resources and food sources. So this is a time where our blessings are bringing us back into a time where we have enough to eat, we have abundance, we have like our favorite place. This could be one of our blessings is our favorite restaurant has reopened, or our favorite, whatever, a place that we used to love to go hike that was closed because they were doing road construction nearby. Like those places are open again. There's something here about a return of blessings for us. Now, the fact that this is also, a songbird, I wonder if there's not blessings that are coming in, like it'd be good to listen to different pieces of music that are really upbeat, or we're, going to the store or going someplace. Actually, today I was at my dog's vet and a song came on that I haven't heard in a long time. And I was like, oh, I love this song. And it totally, like, then I went and I kept listening to it for like 4 or 5 times. I went home and listened to it. And I wonder if it's going to be things like that, where even like there's a good soundtrack to your life. You're returning to music you haven't listened to in a really long time. Anyway, kind of a fun start. By the way, the song I was hearing was a 21 Pilots song. So, Ride, love that song. So very upbeat and really fun. Okay, so we have a King of Pentacles. We have a King of Swords. We have a 5 of Wands. We have an Ace of Swords, and we have the Devil. Okay, so remember, the topic right now is blessings. What kind of blessings? Okay, first off, we may have a double scoop of an ice cream sundae of sweetness. Doesn't have to be men, but right now we got two dudes sitting here. Could certainly be females just as easily as males, but we have people taking charge. Divine masculine energy is about taking charge. We have 2 opportunities coming our way, and so a double dose of some kind of blessings here. Now, this could talk about may not be about love interest, but it certainly could be 2 people that both want to vie for our attention. And it's like, wow, who do I pick? This feels a little bit like, universe, why are you giving me like 2 open doorways now? If you notice, there's really one doorway is much more prominent, and that's with the King of Pentacles. Behind the King of Swords, there's a light image of possibly a doorway behind them. But in this case, we want to look for the door that we want to walk through, right? Both of them are kind of blocking the door, so it's a little hard to see what, if I did choose to go with them, where would we be going? What doorway would I be walking through with this person? Because it's an invitation from both of them. I feel like that's where our conundrum is. Wow, who do I want to say yes to? Well, there's going to be only one true king here. And I say that because this Ace of Swords has a crown on top of it. Both of these kings are wearing crowns, right? But our King of Swords has taken off his helmet to reveal And he must lug his crown around because you couldn't wear the crown under your big old helmet here. So sorry, that's just a side note that I think is kind of interesting. But they both have their version of a crown on. This one is wearing a turban with that's bejeweled. So we have two very different types of individuals. This would be a really tough choice to make because they both are here presenting as kings, but there's only one that we would choose for who we really want to be with. And we're going to have to cut the other one loose. Now, obviously, because we're talking about the devil is, it could represent that we're aware that one person carries some traits that we already know, like, oh man, I could get really attached to this person, but if they're not the person that I could really see walking through a doorway into long-term romance with, there's no point in me letting myself get confused. When you have two choices and it feels really confusing, to ask ourselves to be super real and say, wait a second, who am I? Okay, who am I? What do I really want? What qualities are most important to me? What kind of a life do I want to have? If we get super real with ourselves about who is our king, what's my image of an amazing partner, and then we start to really evaluate the behavior of both of these characters, and we say, wait a minute, they're distinctly different from each other. So that's actually maybe a bit of a blessing because their behaviors would be so different. But if I get to decide what is my partnership in my mind, what does it look like? Someone who, in this case, because it says be aware of any toxic attachments for ourselves. Could we get ourselves involved? Like, say we said, I want somebody who's super communicative because in the past, that was one of the major issues I had with an ex. Well, a King of Swords tends not to be necessarily super forthcoming with a lot of communication, but what they do say they really mean. But again, the question mark is, but is the sparseness of the communication, even if what they say is truthful, but would that sparseness of communication be something that you're like, I really want a partner that I can connect with and we talk all the time? If that's the case, then this one may not be our mate that will truly make us happy and satisfied, not because they aren't wonderful, not because they aren't truthful, but because we really wanted someone who communicates really well. Okay, so there's something to help, maybe figure this out, because I don't want to become attached to somebody that it feels like I'm always trying to pull information out of them, because it's just not their personality. They're not big chatters, or with this, this King of Pentacles, it's like, maybe I've wanted somebody who would be really stable and really grounded, but if this person is also really slow moving, they're really rooted and I want to travel a lot, but instead they're like, I never want to travel. I just want to keep doing, home improvement projects for the next 3 years at the house. I'm not going to be going anywhere. That is going to make us feel like, oh my God, I'm attached to this person, but they are not letting me live the life I want to live with them. So we really have to define who are they exactly as they are and which person really is the king that we would want, because both of them are great options. Great. Sorry, I think I'm going to sneeze. I'm trying not to. Okay, I think it passed. But we're a little up in our heads right now because sorry. We're a little bit up in our heads right now because, sorry guys, I have asthma and allergies, and it's sometimes it just happens. So my bad. If it's going to keep happening though, I'm going to have to stop this. We're a little bit like, what do I want? Well, let me first ask myself that. What do I want? Instead of trying to say, well, they're both so good, I don't know how to pick. No, we do know how to pick, because the big thing is, what kind of a life do we want to live? What kind of a partner suits us? It's not about them. It's not about like, but both of them, I don't want to hurt their feelings. It hurts somebody's feelings to be strung along because you can't decide between two great people. That's the thing that we don't want to do. And that's, again, the warning of the devil. Don't string anybody along. Make sure we're confident about who we are, what we want, what person. It's both people we could be attracted to, but only one would really suit us truthfully and make us genuinely say, this was my king. This is the quality of person I want. And Ten of Swords, we're going to have to end something with somebody else. And that sucks because it will probably hurt their feelings. But again, we've got to have the new beginning wholeheartedly with the other person if we're ever going to move forward. So this is interesting because this is a singles reading for somebody who is like already got two people on their mind, or will be meeting two people and is going to face that conundrum, which is not a fun conundrum to have. Like, nobody wants to say, oh my god, I had nobody in my life, now I have two amazing ones, now what do I do with this universe? But the universe is saying, this is your opportunity to choose for yourself. It's important to choose for yourself, especially if in the past we've been in relationships where it was like, we gave a lot to others and our wants and our desires were secondary, because these two cards are aces. They're personal. The emphasis in this story so far is only one person can decide what our lead character wants, and that has to be them choosing for themselves. This is who I want. This is the partner that I want. And I can't worry about, I know I'm going to end things with one of the two of them, but that's okay. It might hurt their feelings, but they're going to live without me. They'll be fine without me. I don't have to over guilt myself because there's only one that I can choose, because there's only one that will actually offer me the life that I really want to live. And that doorway, there's the doorway again. What door do I want to walk through? Now, this is an Ace of Pentacles, but this is an Ace of Swords. Are we cutting off the King of Swords because we've chosen the Ace of Pentacles? We could, or we've chosen the King of Pentacles. We could, or it could be reverse. Don't know. That's only our lead character can decide that. But the big thing is to not string anybody along, and in particular, not make ourselves feel like we don't have the right to choose or feel so guilty. Wow. There is still some stress here, right? There is still stress because I feel like we're approaching a time period where our character is going to have to make that decision about who they cut off and who they hold on to. But here's the thing. We see the rainbow shining beside this person's head. Like, there's brighter days ahead. There's, coming to a conclusion about what the right thing is. That alone is really uplifting and it's really soothing. Again, we have blessings. This whole story starts out with blessings. We have opportunities to make, that are exactly what's going to be right for us. We've got the Judgment card here. This is about having strength and courage. This Judgment card, this could also be talking about if we're going to be ending something with one character, it doesn't mean that later on we couldn't still be friends with them on down the road. If, sometimes also we really get worried about how someone's going to handle something, and we're going to hurt their feelings, and it's going to be super sad, and they're going to be upset with us, and we'll never talk again. And that's not at all the way this is going to go. As stressed out as we are, because we really want to keep this person and make sure that they're not upset with us. I feel like that's a very heavy energy in this. That's where all the stress is coming from, is I don't want to hurt an amazing person. I actually even still want to be able to be friends with them. Well, it's up to their comfort zone, right? Because if they're, kind of wounded, they may not want to be palsies with us, or they might, and they might be like, that's perfect. You know what? We're just pals in this lifetime, and that's cool. But it looks like there can be a reconciliation, at least a little down the road, or like there's a connection to this other person too. Maybe it's even like, I know that there's a draw that we have for each other, but it's just not a romantic one. They may be in full agreement with this. Sometimes people meet and they go, wow, I like this person so much, but I don't think that we can be romantic. But they may feel the exact same way. This is wonderful, because this is like, we have a connection, but it may not be the connection that we both maybe were attempting to turn it into. This is actually it may be a way to preserve two amazing people in our lives, but because we've been so straightforward, we've cut off any flirtation and really put it in a box and said, you and I, we have a connection, but it ain't romance, baby. Let's stay palsies. And it's like, done. We can do that. Now I can turn my romantic attention to the other person that I now can see as a future partner. This is really nice, because again, with the double dose helping of blessings, that may be just it. We finally get to know two incredible human beings, and we can keep both of them in our lives in totally different capacities. Okay, what else is there? Anything unrelated to this? We have a Queen of Wands. We have a Magician. We have an Emperor. And we have a Three of Wands. lot of future planning here, lot of future planning. And this is about what appears to be business related goals for our lead character. Business seems to be coming up a ton, but in this case, it's business only to a certain extent, because that business is getting us a fantastic vacation. We actually are more focused on, and I feel like this is somebody who's, I have all these thoughts that just popped into my head. You notice the sunflower in her hair. I feel like this is somebody who either, we have an idea of somebody who makes like beautiful flower arrangements, somebody who's super artistic, but they're using the idea that the word arrangement is what's so important right now. They're using some skill set that they have to translate to do something else. They are drawing toward them like new business opportunities or new business ventures, or like people that would, I don't know, I feel like this could be a freelancer as well. I feel like this person could be someone who, like, they end up getting their own office. Maybe this is like somebody who becomes a wedding coordinator or planner, or somebody that does big events, because this is like corporate, but we started out with something that was much more free-spirited, freelance, but freelance that works within corporations to help them do certain things. This is really interesting because it's like, it's this, our lead character is pulling opportunities toward themselves, pulling clients toward themselves. So I don't know exactly what that means, but we have somebody that is pulling clientele toward them. And the thing is, they do like the work that they do, and they like the fact that they are creating this abundance, and they are going to have some awesome office someplace. But all of this is actually for the bigger plan, which is, I'm taking this awesome vacation. So this lead character has a much bigger mark. Like, they've set a list of goals for themselves, but the ultimate goal is actually this. But these are all the stepping stones, and these are things that they want equally as much. But this is the real goal. It's how they see living their life. This is somebody who wants to maintain a certain amount of autonomy, but build a client base that allows them to, I think, live anywhere they want in the world. Have like one particular like goal that they've reached, and then their future looks very different than this part of their journey. So they're using their skills that they have that are translatable to creating some opportunity for themselves, though, where they are bringing in a client base. That's all. I don't know what that means, but they're bringing in a client base, reaching an area of their life where it's like, wow, I have all the money I need. I have something strong and secure, and now I can turn my attention to the real goal, which was always my future. And my future involves maybe working from wherever they want in the world, maybe going overseas. This is a major change for this character's life. So no wonder we're talking about blessings over here. Holy smokes. We have terrific love opportunities. We have the ability to, I think, be tested a little bit by the universe to say, okay, I'm going to give you a couple different things, and the only thing you got to do is be really honest. Don't get yourself trapped in a, like, that toxic cycle where it's like, I don't know what to do, and I don't want to hurt somebody, and now I'm attached, and I can't figure out how to let go of one or choose for myself. This is like, it's all about making choices. And the more confidence that we build when we make choices for ourselves that are authentic, because we're remembering that if I have two amazing suitors in front of me and I can only choose one, the stress shouldn't be on like, oh, but what if one of them gets their feelings hurt because I don't pick them? It shouldn't be stressful at all. It should be like, well, of course there's two amazing people that would want to be with me. There's probably more than that would want to be with me. But the bottom line is, it's just matter of fact. It's who am I attracted to? There's a certain amount of confidence building in like the universe giving, like presenting multiple choices to allow someone to get comfortable choosing for themselves. What do they want? And that entire energy of choosing for themselves, you notice how then we got that Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands always chooses for herself and doesn't feel bad about it. It's like, what do you mean? I can't be attracted to somebody I'm not attracted to. Just because you want me doesn't mean I want you. You're awesome, but that doesn't mean that we're going to have a vibe together. So there's nothing to cry over. And she's just super matter of fact. And I feel like that attitude serves her really well, because she takes it and again moves it right into her business goals and her dreams for herself. She's confident now about, well, I want this. It's my life. I'm the one who's got to make my life satisfying. If not everybody gets my time and attention, I wasn't put on this earth to make sure I run around and I accommodate everyone on earth for their needs first. I got to do what is right for my growth. And I feel like there's this huge sense of comfort zone making choices. So I don't know if that was something that our lead character ever struggled with, was like how to make choices without feeling guilty, choices that are right for them. But in this storyline, we definitely saw that element come forward. And I feel like that was a really strong like lesson to learn, that this person gets to practice that, and then it serves them really well because everything else in their life seems to keep going in the right direction. So very exciting. Anyway, I love the singles reads. I have so much fun with these ones because they're always so different than anything else. So that's what I've got today. You guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving this video a thumbs up, for subscribing to my channel, for dropping me a comment. All those things help my channel to grow, and I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please know I am not a psychic. I do not pretend to be. I never have. I don't have the ability to predict futures, tell fortunes, none of it. I wish I had that gift, but I don't. Instead, I'm a writer who writes without a pen. So these are always fictional stories about fictional people. Only listen for entertainment and maybe some feel goods or some inspiration. So take care, guys. Bye for now.